The NFL draft is a spectacle, a moment meant to reward talent, honor hard work, and launch careers. But this year, it felt different for Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son. Instead of walking across that stage as a top 5 pick, the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders sat waiting until the fifth round. Fifth round. Just for notes, there are 30 picks each round. Okay, so he should have been picked, like I said, top 5. He went 5th round, and he became the punchline, also of a prank. His drop shocked analysts, ignited online firestorms, and for many felt deeply personal. Some blamed Shedeur's combine absence. Some others pointed to his media presence and cocky image. But a growing chorus believes that this was something uglier, punishment for being a confident, wealthy black quarterback who didn't play by the league's rules. And then came this, a post on Truth Social by Donald Trump. What is wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. What is street? What? Streetwise.
That's what Ty was talking about, though. When he's talking about Kodak Black, the mentality.
Streetwise is crazy. Where did that come from? Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback son, has phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness, capital G. He should have been, quote unquote, picked. I don't know why why is he typing like this? He should have been picked, quote unquote, immediately, all caps, by a team that wants to, all caps, win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. I'm sure that quote was dictated by Donald Trump. Hours after that post, Shedeur was officially selected 144th overall by the Cleveland Browns. Coincidence? Not everyone thinks so. Browns owner Jimmy Haslam is a huge Trump donor, so I'm sure he was aware of this message. You can also tell by the look on the GM of the Browns' face. His name is Andrew Berry, the black man over here on the right side of the screen there. You can tell that he was not at all expecting for this pick to come through, and it's like he didn't make the pick at all. It seems like that pick was phoned in from the owner and said, you have to make this pick. Not at all amused. There is video of him clapping. I don't want to get the show pulled down, so I'm not going. Look, some people you don't play with NFL films, okay? You do not pull their footage because they will pull your episode down. So that's the only reason why I don't have video of this right now. He gave a smattering of applause when Shedeur was announced, but he was not all enthused. And then came the prank calls.
Hey, is this Shedeur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing to do.
Hey, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it mean and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
You said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Why did he talk?
What the fuck?
Hey, that's
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
Huh? Did they just troll, bro?
It can't.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm gonna crash out, bro. Oh.
That moment wasn't just embarrassing. It felt deliberate. It was orchestrated by the son of an NFL coach who has since apologized, but for many, the damage is done. So was this just a matter of draft stock, or was Shedeur Sanders' slide about sending a message to him and to others who don't fit the NFL's idea of what a quarterback should sound or look like? Did the NFL send a message with Shedeur Sanders' draft position? And if so, what was it? Levi, what do you think?
I do think there was a message here. I did make a video about this. I was talking about the fact that, like, comparing him to Cam Ward and how Cam comes in the room, no flash, no nothing, very kind of meek and mild, which is fine. I don't have anything
But
against
he
it.
still talks trash.
He does talk
A
trash. You
lot
have
of
a bunch of
trash.
video of them going right at it. But I think there's this mindset that like he did all the NFL stuff the way they wanted him to. So the combine, the interviews, whatever you could think of, he did it the way they wanted a black man to do it. Whereas the Sanders, they came through all this. They didn't want a Deion point two. That's all I'm gonna say. They didn't want Deion point two, and so if he goes top 5, he has some fodder to what his confidence is. So
He
they didn't
also
want
has
that.
investment. He also has investment where teams aren't just going to dump him because he was a top 5 pick, you know?
Exactly. So I do think there was a message there that you don't do it our way. You were running college football. Colorado's treating y'all like kings over there. We're not doing that here in the NFL.
Dex, what you think? Go ahead.
I do think a lot of it has to do with Deion too. Like, I think that it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, because I don't know how true this is, but I have heard that he said he wants to coach his son too. So you think about it, like if I'm a coach, right, and I pick him top 5, right? Is my job on the line then when Deion Sanders decides, like, you know what, it's my time to come in here. My son is here. I'm going to come here too. Like, so like it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, hey, like we got to humble him a little bit because otherwise that's our job too. What I will say though is initially I heard about the prank call video, and I was like, well, look, it's not cool, but like he apologized, and when people apologize, we need to start accepting these apologies and moving forward in life. I didn't see that video until just now. That really made me sad. Like that was really fucked up.
I didn't even play the rest of it when they were sitting on the couch waiting for the pick to be announced. Deion was sitting literally right next to him, and Deion's like, "Oh, they switched up." Like, no, they didn't switch up. They never called you in the first place.
Yeah, like that wasn't cool. Like that was initially when it was first going on. I'm like, okay, I get the humor in this, but like that, when you get to the end of it, if you don't see how messed up that is, like that just wasn't cool. And like no type of apology is good enough. Like you have to be fired. Your dad has to be fired. I think he plays the dad.
Your dad has to be fired. My God.
Yeah, because like how did you get the number?
Then he said the number was on an iPad, and
how'd you get access to it?
The iPad was unlocked and left in the room. That's
what I'm saying. That's negligence. That's negligence.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds like grounds for firing for me.
Dad gotta go. Dad gotta go.
All right, Ty. Now we know about how they did Kaepernick, right? We reported on that years ago on BroTalk Live extensively, right? Should the NFL be held accountable though for how they handle race? And is this a situation that's about race, or is it more about power and personality? What do you think?
You guys know my philosophy, right? I never think anything's about race. It's always about power. And where you want people to be and where you want to be. That's what it's always about. It's what it has always been about. And so, you know, race for me is more of a distraction for people out of power to distract themselves with that thing. But this did look like a power move more than anything. And it's one of those things. I'm putting you in your place. People hate arrogance on certain types of people. I will say that. Like, well, if you have that confidence and you're a certain type of person, people enjoy that, but others not so much. And so I think that's what this looks like. You know, I can't tell you for sure, but you know, stuff like that, I'm not feeling it, man. I wouldn't even honestly wouldn't even want to be there. I would just do my thing.
You won't be in the NFL at all? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, I don't need it. Like, I don't need it.
Because I thought about that too. I'm like, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, like, yes, my dad's rich, but my whole life has been me training to be an NFL quarterback, and I finally had the chance. And even if I don't get drafted in the first round, I'm still a 5th round pick, and I'm in the NFL. Does that not matter?
I'm in the NFL, yeah. I mean, but he also has the name and the status to walk away and get into like a league that people don't really care about and really make that thing pop. People start watching.
He did in Colorado.
Yeah,
people can do a lot of different things. Like, there doesn't always have to be the one person, this one organization in power. And some people have the power to cut down on their power. I really will. Like, that would really show them, right? I'm not doing it. So I mean, it's all. I know he's not going to do it. I'm not expecting him to do it. But I don't want us to think that that's not a possibility. It's happened before. It can happen again.
Wait, can I ask one more thing before we move on?
Mm-hmm.
So are we saying that Donald Trump is the reason he got drafted?
Well, that's what the White House is saying, and that's what what's her name? The new Kayla.
It probably is. I mean,
what's her name? Carolyn. I think that's her name. The girl.
I had got to see how, because Deion Sanders is one of my favorite players. If he is a Donald Trump supporter, now I see how y'all feel with Saquon. I get it.
I would not be surprised at all if Deion.
No, I wouldn't be
they're the
surprised.
same type of person. Like, of course, like, would you be surprised, Levi, if Deion Sanders was a Donald Trump supporter? I wouldn't.
I don't think I would be shocked.
No,
I don't think I would be shocked either.
No.
I think
He didn't go to Penn State.
You ain't gonna let me live that with that, huh?
He married a black woman, 2 of them.
And that's that.
I told y'all sometimes things are more about power than it. Things are often more about power than they are about race.
That's fair too.
We wish Shedeur Sanders the absolute best.